welcome to our full body PNF focus stretch with a few different propping options. I have the Pilates circle or magic circle, a trigger point massage hook, and a heavier TheraBand. You can use any of these or all of these throughout the stretches that we are doing today. You definitely do not need all of them. We're going to start by laying back on our back with our feet in that crook-lie position. So knees bent, feet flat on the floor. Hug that right knee into your chest. Take a couple deep breaths here. Roll out your ankle. And switch over to your left knee. Rolling out that ankle as well. And we're going to grab our first prop. I'm starting with the Pilates circle. Extend your right leg and place that pad on the ball of your foot. We are pulling down into our calf stretch. You can bend your knee a little bit here as well. We're going to go to our first PNF, pressing the ball of our foot into the pad and relaxing deeper into that calf stretch. You may have to wiggle that around a little bit to find a comfortable spot on your foot. You can go for a second PNF here as well. Doing what feels good for your body. You never want to stretch so far that is causing any pain. Some mild discomfort is okay, but we don't want that sharper pain. We're going to bring that right leg back up all the way straight. Bring the pad down to the arch of our foot now. We're going into our hamstring stretch, so we're keeping that leg nice and straight, toes slightly pointed up as we pull that circle towards our face, getting into that hamstring. And when you feel ready, you can go into that PNF, pressing the foot against the pad, resisting with that pad, and then breathing deeper into that stretch again. Again, we are not going so far as that is causing pain, because your body has a stretch reflex, which will actually tighten up those muscles to protect it from getting hurt. So we only want to go to that bit of discomfort. And bring that leg down. We're going to cross that foot over our left knee. Toe is pointed, hands go to the top of the foot, and we're pulling down, going into a deeper stretch for the front of our shin, as well as the front of the ankle and top of the foot. For the PNF here, we're pushing as if we are bringing that foot into flexion, so bringing it flat, pressing against those hands, and then breathing deeper into that stretch again. This one is so good, especially if you ever feel that little bit of pinching on the top of your foot when you're walking upstairs or just walking around in general. Let's switch over to the left leg. I'm going to switch out to that trigger point hook. We're starting with our calf stretch. So that hook goes to about the ball of the foot or a little bit above the ball of the foot, just not going completely into where those toes are. We're pulling down here. Bend your knee if that feels good for your body. Breathing into this stretch. And go into your PNF, pressing those toes into the hook and relaxing deeper into that stretch once again. You can go for a second PNF here if that feels good for your body. Lengthen out that leg. We're going into the hamstring stretch. Hook goes down to the arch of our foot. And we're pulling back towards, like we were pulling that hook towards our face. Keeping that leg as straight as possible. But again, if completely straight hurts, have a little slight bend, that is okay. For the PNF here, we're pressing that arch into the hook and relaxing, going deeper into that stretch. Making sure we are taking those nice deep breaths here. Great job. Lengthen out that left leg. Grab that hook off. Bring your left foot over that right knee. Foot is pointed. Hands go to the top of that foot. We're pulling down on that foot to stretch out top of our foot through our shin. Nice deep breaths here. For our PNF, pressing those toes into the hand, resisting with our hands, and then relaxing deeper into that stretch once again. Great job. Bring that foot back down. Bring that right foot up over onto our left knee. I'm going to grab the magic circle for this one. We want our shin to be pretty parallel to our opposite knee. And we're bringing the magic circle onto that right knee, pressing out into that knee. We're getting into some hip flexor as well as a little bit of those groin muscles as well. And for the PNF here, we're pushing that knee back towards us into that magic circle and then relaxing deeper into that stretch once again. All right, we're going to switch over to that left side now. I'm going to ditch the circle for this one, and you can use your hook for this as well, but mine has some bumps on the top, so I'm going to opt for my hand instead here, pressing my hand into that left, just below the knee, and then for the PNF, pressing that knee into my hand, resisting with my hand, and then relaxing deeper into that stretch once again. You may find that one side is a little bit tighter than the other. That's perfectly normal. And you can always do an extra PNF on that side that's a little bit tighter. Great job. Here we're going to come in to a sideline position. So I'm just going to move that magic circle out of my way a bit. And then when we come into that sideline, arms are going to go straight out in front of us. Bottom leg is going to go straight in line with our body. Top leg is going to come bent with that foot hooked behind the knee. Nice big breath. And we are opening that top arm out behind us. So we're going into a bit of a rotation. If your top knee is bouncing up, you can use your hand to press that knee into the ground. Don't mind Gunner coming through, making sure I am showing you everything correctly. We're just going to stay in this position for a couple seconds more. Really stretching all the way across our side body. Bring that arm back up and over. We're going to switch on to our other side now. So we're rolling onto our right side. Bottom leg is straight. Top leg, foot is hooked behind the knee. Arm straight out in front of us. Inhale. As we exhale, we are bringing that arm up and over, rotating outwards. It is perfectly okay if your hand does not go all the way to the ground. Just means we're a little tight through this rotation, and we will get a little bit looser the more that we do it. You can bring that hand up a little bit as well if that's a little too much on your shoulder here. Great job. Take your time coming back up out of this position. And we are gonna do a little bit of neck work. So I'm gonna grab my TheraBand for this one. We're actually gonna be in a seated position. You can have your legs crossed, or you can have them straight out in front of you, whatever is comfortable for you. Just making sure that we are keeping that spine nice and tall here. Bring that TheraBand behind our head, gently pulling here, tucking our chin into our chest, and relaxing into that forward fold of the neck. Spine is still staying nice and straight, so we're really just folding our neck. For the PNF here, we are pressing our neck up like we're bringing our head back up to straight, and then relaxing deeper into that stretch once again. I know sometimes it can feel a little squished here trying to breathe, but just breathing nice and deeply as best that you can. We're going to bring our head back up and give it a nice little roll out. I'm going to wrap the band around the left side of my head, and then we're going to bring that right ear to the right shoulder. It's going to be a little tricky to get into with the band. And then we're going to use our left hand to gently pull down, bring our right hand underneath our seat. Obviously, Gunnar is very excited about this stretch as well. It's a really, really good neck stretch here. For our PNF, we are pressing our head as if we were pressing it back up to straight, resisting that, and then relaxing deeper into that stretch. We're going to switch over to the other side now. The band goes around the right side of the head, and our left ear comes down to our left shoulder. That hand can go underneath our seat or just relaxing down onto our mat. Going into our PNF, pressing that head up and resisting that press up, and then breathing deeply back into that stretch again. We're going to go into our angled stretch. So I'm going to keep that band around our head and nod our chin to our right underarm. Left hand can go under the seat, pressing our head up and resisting that press up for our PNF here. And then breathing deeply in to that stretch once again. If you have really tight traps, you might feel this down throughout your upper back as well. Switching over to the other side, we're nodding our chin down into our left underarm. Right arm goes under our seat. Pressing that head up for our PNF and resisting that press up. And then breathing deeply into that deeper stretch once again. I'm going to ditch that TheraBand. Give your neck a nice roll out. These neck muscles are pretty small, so I definitely recommend starting with a lighter PNF, so not pressing back as much your first few times that you are doing this, so your body can adjust. We're going to go into an arm stretch here, bringing that left hand under the right knee and bringing our right hand to the top of our left knee, looking over our left shoulder. And then for our PNF, we are coming back as if we are rotating back and resisting that rotation, and then going deeper into that stretch again. This really gets that back of the shoulder. We're going to switch over to our other side. So right arm under our left knee, left hand onto the top of our right knee, looking over our right shoulder here, resisting rotating back out of that rotation, and then breathing deeper into that rotation once again. Great job. Shake out those arms and hug them in for a little stretch here. And then we are gonna put those arms straight in front of us, forward fold over our right knee. Just relax into this stretch. Coming back up to seated and forward fold over our left knee. Nice deep breaths here. We're going to come up into our 4-point kneel. Knees under hips, hands under shoulders. We're threading that needle, bringing our right arm under our left. Really relaxing into this rotation here. Nice deep breaths. We're going to come up, switch sides. And we're going to come back up into our 4-point. Drop those hips back, widen those knees for our child's pose here. Really elongating through our hands. Nice deep breaths. Really let yourself sink down a little bit deeper, opening up those hips. Great job. We're going to come back up into our kneeling position, to a kneeling lunge. So our right knee is planted, left foot is coming out in front of us, and we are keeping that spine nice and straight, keeping that stack as we lean forward into that bent knee. Really getting that front of that right thigh, and then rocking back for a left hamstring stretch here. Really coiling over that left knee, coming back up. We're going to do that one more time on this side. Great job. Switch sides. Left knee is planted. Right foot is planted in front of us. Our spine is nice and tall as we are leaning into that right knee. Really stretching out that left quad, and then rocking back to stretch out that right hamstring once again. And we're going through this rotation one more time on this side as well. Great job. And then we're going to come to a seated position into our butterfly. So knees are bent, the bottoms of our feet are touching together, and those knees are really falling out to the side. We're gonna just do a little stretch over for a moment. And then using either your hands or your elbows, we're gonna press into those knees. So we're going a little bit deeper into that groin stretch here, bringing our body forward. So we're really opening up those hips. And for the PNF here, we're gonna press those knees into your hands or into your elbows, resisting that press up, and then relaxing deeper into that stretch once again. I'm only gonna do one PNF here because these are very small muscles. Come back up to seated. Roll out that neck. You can do a little rotation stretch here as well. And then you can come just to a seated position, roll out those wrists. We're gonna flex that right hand flat, left hand pressing back into those fingers. For the PNF here, you can press that right hand into the left, resist, and then relax deeper into the stretch here. We're gonna bend the hand the opposite way, pressing down with that left hand into the right. Same thing with the PNF here, pressing the top of your hand into that left hand, and then relaxing deeper into the stretch. Switching over to the other side. First, start with our flexed hand. And we'll do our PNF on this side as well. Relax deeper into that stretch. And then if you want to go into a little deeper stretch, you can put your left hand into a fist. Bring that right hand over top of that fist, pressing down, getting that PNF, and going a little deeper into our stretch here. Give yourself a little rest. And we are at the end of our full body stretching routine. We're just gonna come laying down all the way onto the floor, letting those legs come all the way straight, letting those arms fall to our sides, taking some really nice deep belly breaths here, bringing our body back to that reset. We did some really great work today. And you can always come back, watch this video a couple more times, play around with those PNFs, play around with a few different props, see what feels best for your body. Thank you so much for joining me today. Hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you in the next ones really soon. About to do it.